Khakan, coming to shop. So you raised a lot of really good points actually there. You know, lots of really good points, I think. So
I'm
well
honoured that
done,
you've
you.
actually said that.
Huh?
I'm honoured that you've actually said it because you're
No.
very, what do you call it?
What?
Very challenging at the best of times.
Am I?
You can be,
No,
especially on
I'm just
social
a
media.
wallflower. I'm just a wee wallflower. But yeah, the fact that this is becoming a little bit of a race issue is interesting, isn't it? And the fact that Muslims, I don't know, why we're both Muslims, right? So we're both gay Muslims. Now, why do you think? Because we know Muslims better than most of these people in this room. Why would they be opposed to LGBTI education? Do you think?
Muslims. Because
Specifically
Muslims, because they're indoctrinated for many years. Even from my childhood, they've been told that being LGBT or homosexuality is haram, it's forbidden.
Because they've said it brings the end of days, doesn't it?
That's what they believe it does. But I mean, I've actually read the Quran, and I've researched a bit more. Scott Krugel's Homosexuality in Islam.
That's a good book.
That's sort of become the Bible, ironically, the Bible for the LGBT Muslim community. So I just think that, it's indoctrination, and it's a shame that each generation is being told the same thing, and it needs a brave soul to come through and break that tradition and change that mindset.
Because if you don't talk about it, it just kind of keeps going, right?
I mean, I'm sure you, when you were growing up, coming out, and like me as well, you'd question homosexuality in general anyway.
I was very scared of going to hell because I had been told that that's what would happen to me simply for being gay.
Yeah, and even for me, as I said, I came out during the height of HIV, Section 28, and I carried an awful lot of religious guilt because although I wasn't practicing as observing, but I was very, very religious minded. So what I carried through me was this religious guilt, thinking, oh my God, it's all hellfire and damnation. And I kept thinking about the two angels sitting on my shoulder.
Oh yeah.
Because one angel writes down all the good, the other one tells all the bad things. So for me, it was like, what do I do with myself? Do I try and learn and accept who I am? Do I look at suicide, which was an option at the time? Or do I pretend that everything is okay? I'm going to marry somebody and have children, and even then, I just thought, well, if I'm going to marry, it's about performing, isn't it, in the bedroom?
It's funny because before I had reached puberty, I used to really look forward to being a father and having children, things like that. But it's only when I reached puberty, reached sexual maturity, realised I was attracted to my same gender, not the opposite, then all of that started to crumble for me.
Yeah.
But nobody told me that I was attracted to the same gender. It just sort of happened. I just sort of noticed guys rather than girls. Didn't really notice girls at all. All I noticed was guys, That's all I wanted to do.
Well, I had friends, but they're female friends, but that's exactly what they were. They were girlfriends.
Friends,
that's
someone to have a little gas with.
And that's it, and a chit-chat and a gossip. And but I think having the attraction, which is quite strong to men as well, and how do you combat that? So you think about the Quran and what your parents think and your family, and it just goes on and on. So you're carrying extra burdens and pressures and stress, which is unfortunate.
I mean, you can't control your thoughts, right? So here you are told that being gay is haram, that you're going to go to hell for being gay. Your brain is telling you, hey, that guy's cute. And you're like, stop brain, stop saying that. Oh my God, stop it. That girl's cute, right? No, that guy's cute. Your brain's telling you this and you're thinking, what's wrong with my brain? You start to think, my brain must be like the devil's brain or something. Yeah. There must be something wrong with my brain.
Well, you do obviously think about, like I said, you think about the devil and shaitan, but also at the same time, you go out there, you might want to access some pubs or clubs or whatever, if you've got the energy or the inclinations. But at the same time, for me personally, it was about going home and crying, and getting all upset. So I think we also forget how it impacts on our mental health.
It does.
More than
LGBTIQ people have got higher than proportion mental health issues, right? And that is because of societal shame from a heteronormative society that tells you being LGBTIQ is wrong or shameful in some way. So of course you're going to attack your own mind if that's what society is telling you, that it's shameful. And we as gay Muslims, as gay people, we need to just fight against that notion now. Because enough is enough. We don't have, there's no reason we should feel shameful about ourselves. We are fabulous people.
And we're human.
Very well dressers as well.
We're human at the end of the day.
And we're human and we're lovely and we don't deserve to feel that way. Let's keep walking.
Okay, let's go. Come out the closet.
Over out the closet. Hi, this is Seeds. Wait. Are we gonna say? Oh, sorry. I can't work my gimbal. So here's Seeds, and we're saying, look, being gay is fabulous, right? Yeah. And kids should know that, actually, right? Well, you know what, Kids should know that it's perfectly ordinary and pedestrian to be gay anyway.
Absolutely, whoever they want to
Yeah,
be.
they want to be
No
hot.
rules.
No, there aren't.
rules.
Hi, Saima. Come and introduce
we met
yourself.
today. I'm
Well, yeah, for the
Saima.
first time.
And we met today.
We met today, and it's been such a fabulous,
fabulous.
overdue meeting.
Absolutely, and
'Cause
we're going
look
to do
at
so
us,
much
it's so
more.
beautiful together.
Exactly, brand on brand. It's beautiful,
Oh my God,
right?
I'm straight now. I'm straight.
Hey! You
Either
converted
of us
me.
is great.
Pink
I know.
background as well. Then
Oh, go for it. Let's
Yeah.
have a little pic.
Fantastic. It's like do a bit of Bollywood dancing.
Yeah. Oh. This is fun. So tell me about your role in Seeds, please.
I just talk, but
I can see that.
I went to one of the protests, the second protest, and after seeing everything that was going on in the news, and I'm from Birmingham, I went to one of the schools that actually they weren't protesting, but they took they suspended no outsiders, I think, or
Oh,
caused
okay.
it. And also I'm from the Pakistani community,
Yeah, me
from
too.
the Mirpuri community that are protesting.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah,
So it's
similar.
So this is interesting. Predominantly, you're saying Mirpuri.
Yeah, they're predominantly Mirpuri in
Right.
that
And
region.
when we talk about Pakistanis in Britain, actually, what many people don't know is that 80% of Pakistanis in Britain come from Mirpur, right?
in Birmingham, it's 80%.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Well, across the country,
Yeah.
British Pakistanis, yeah.
But in
Let's
Birmingham,
go to the light.
like if you go to that part of Pakistan now, it's probably
Yeah.
like tumbleweed because
Oh,
they're
yeah.
all living in Birmingham. It's true.
Yeah, but yeah. So I mean, do you think the Mirpur community is a little bit more socially conservative?
No, I just think this is a minority within the community. So my family, nobody's categorically come up to me and said what you're doing is wrong.
Okay.
It's difficult for my immediate family. I know it is. But the fact that I can go home, I'm going to go home tonight, I'm going to sleep in my bed, I will sleep in bed
lovely.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
No one's going to disown me. I can. So I think the people who are protesting are just a minority.
Right, okay.
Because I don't see that in my family. Okay, some people may not approve of who I am or my sexuality.
Do you mind me asking how you identify?
I'm a she and I'm a lesbian.
Oh, how fabulous! Love
So
it.
yeah, you haven't converted me,
Huh?
unfortunately.
No,
but
you
you're
haven't
just
converted
as
me
fab.
either. But no. But seriously, I just love it. I
But
love
also,
Asian lesbians.
But I can speak up, right? I'm privileged enough to be able to speak up.
Yeah, this is the thing about both of us, right? I feel like you're in a privileged position, I'm in a privileged position. This is why we can feel safe enough to come out.
Absolutely.
So this is funny because what it really boils down to is how privileged you are being able to come out.
Absolutely.
Because if you're from a slightly conservative, strict family, you can't come out. You haven't got the privilege.
No.
But on top of that, if you haven't got the money to support yourself and you
Yeah.
come from that background and you're thrown out in the streets,
Yeah.
that's a problem. So you can't come out in that regard either.
Yeah.
So these gay people are not going to go away. They're just going to go underground and hide themselves because
Yeah.
they don't have the privilege that we have
Yeah.
to come out.
I also think family is really important, though, really important. And I think when people like us speak up,
Yeah.
it's really important because we're creating role models.
Yeah, yeah.
I see people I know that could speak up and are still not speaking up.
Yes,
And,
I know.
I'll be honest with you, it does frustrate me and makes me really angry
I hear ya.
because we're all fighting this battle,
Yeah.
and these people, I understand if your life is at threat, then absolutely you're not going to come out, and
No.
you're going to have to tackle it in a different way.
Yeah.
But those are extreme circumstances.
Yeah, no, I agree
There
with
was
you.
a
I have seen those kinds of gay Muslims actually, particularly that choose not to come out.
Yeah.
Choose to just be gay and Muslim and
Yeah.
whatever, but will not do anything to support other people that are gay and Muslim.
Or
They
they'll
just wanna
be
live-
closeted.
Yeah, or they'll be
you know,
closeted, and
yeah.
the worst ones are the gay men that actually do go on to marry wives and treat them like crap.
Yeah.
Because they're, gay men are not immune to misogyny. Let's face it, right? So yeah, so I think that I love the fact that we're doing this.
Yeah, and I was just going to say the point about family. So for me, family is really important.
Yeah.
When shit hits the fan, when push comes to shove, your family is all you've got. And
Yeah.
so actually, yes, it is difficult. Yes, these conversations are difficult, but you have to have these conversations. And if people like us don't have these conversations, nothing's going to change.
No,
And
absolutely.
your family, you can change people's opinions. There's people protesting now, but I'd like to think that, at least in our lifetime, that maybe we can see some kind of progress within our Pakistani community or South Asian communities, because
Yeah.
it's all the same.
Well, I think, yeah, you're right. And I high five to that. I think that's not a very big aim to have. I mean,
No,
really,
just-
just a little bit of change, a
gotta
little
be
bit
a
of
bit brave.
compassion, a little bit of
Yeah.
happiness and love, and in our South Asian community, can we hope for that?
And you know what surprises me? Like in India and Pakistan, and I
They've
don't know
moved
Bangladesh.
on loads.
Yeah, and there's laws to
Oh, yeah.
to protect
Trans
community.
people, yeah, more than in Trump's America.
Yeah. So it's really, it feels like sometimes when like people have come here,
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't say this like too publicly, but it's as somebody from a Pakistani,
They're shocked at how
background, it's like,
backward
why
they
have
are.
they gone backwards?
Yeah, they're
my
like-
mum always says to me, when you go to Pakistan, you'll see
Yeah.
that they're more modern.
Yeah, brown people here are being cocooned in the 1950s when the parents arrived, and it's just too much.
I think,
It's a
yeah,
bad
I think
look.
what happened, in the 70s is when my family would have come here.
Oh, yeah.
It was integration, and what it was, they were scared that if you integrate too much,
Yeah.
you're going to become
Westernized.
westernized.
And well, the West, which is good, there's a good reason for them to be fearful, because the British did actually treat
yeah.
us like shit. They went into our country, they divided us up, they put Muslims against Hindus, and they caused such mayhem in
And the
our
LGBT
country.
kind of hate started
Yeah.
after colonialism.
Of course it
It was
did.
the West that put this
It was
narrative within our communities.
Britain codified the law. They put it into law, homophobia,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
In India. It wasn't the Indians that did it, it was the British.
Yeah. And actually, we would have been Indian if it wasn't for colonialism.
I know, I wish
Yeah.
we were.
I know, we'd have been
rather
more
than
power.
Pakistani. Like,
And-
Pakistan is like a made up country, but like.
2 civil wars later,
I
right?
know.
You know, all of this. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I just think people, if you can speak out,
Yeah,
please
speak
do.
out. And come out for LGBT.
Yeah, and come
out
to
for it.
Pride.
And come to Pride.
Even if you're
And
fasting,
be
we're going to be
proud of
fasting,
yourself.
but that's
yeah,
all right.
You can still march when you're fasting. There's no like law against that.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you,
Okay,
Saima.
thank you.
Let's go.